Yo, what's good, everyone? What's good? Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's okay. I'm back with another stream. This time doing the Chelsea versus Manchester United preview. Hope everyone's good and all. A late stream today. Wanted to do a late one. I'm gonna try. Obviously, I'm still finding out the times that's best for everyone to join the stream and etc. But yeah, let's get straight into it. We got Chelsea tomorrow. A lot of things to talk about. We got the Ronaldo situation at the moment. That's happened. I don't want to pay too much concentration on what's happened with the Ronaldo situation. I don't really want to touch on it too much, but it's there. It's the hot topic right now. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying they're not happy. Some people are saying they feel Ronaldo's been disrespected, whatever. But we'll come to that. The main thing right now is Manchester United are looking good. This is I wanna concentrate on our team more than anything. Manchester United are looking sharp. They're looking positive. They're looking slightly better than what we were at the start of the season. Even after the two defeats, we went in and started having some clean sheets, started doing well. Overall, we're just looking better. And the Tottenham game, if that doesn't give people peace of mind as to the direction we're going in, I don't know what will. I really, really do not know what will. Um, firstly, Man United and Chelsea is a game full of history. In all honesty, a game full of history. Normally, I think Man United and Chelsea is normally a draw. I think it's one of the teams that we always draw with. On top of that, on this particular occasion, we're facing a manager that we've already faced this season. This is one of the things that I wanna kind of concentrate on. We're going and facing Graham Potter, who's obviously had the better of us already. He's had the better of us last season. He's had the better of us this season. He's gonna have the better of us. Hopefully not, but in general, I hope with the Chelsea squad he doesn't do much better than he did before. I'm gonna put the poll up anyways. Just quickly bear with me. I am gonna put the poll up. I didn't actually prep the poll, but everybody who's joining the stream can go ahead and have a vote and let me know who they think is gonna win. But for me, I think it's gonna be a very tough game. It's a weird one because I said that about the Tottenham game. I said, you know what, the Tottenham game's gonna be very hard. Let me do this. Predictions. There you go. MUFC win, Chelsea win, or draw. Let's go. There you go. Poll is up. Go ahead and drop your votes in the poll. But yeah, against the Tottenham game, I was like, you know what? Oh my God, Heung-min Son, gotta be careful, gotta be, ready. They've got Perisic, Bentancur, who's been performing, Højbjerg, Bissouma, who's a really good player. And we made them look absolutely shit. Really, really bad. They've not been challenged like we have been challenged as well. They've had a challenge against Arsenal where they got slapped, but we've had a serious challenge where we faced numerous teams from the top six already this season early on. It's only been 9 games in this season for us and 10 games in this season for us. And we've already gone and thumped up few of the top 6 teams. We've took a loss against City, but other than that, we've been doing all right. We've kept a clean sheet against Tottenham. We kept a clean sheet against Newcastle. We kept a clean sheet against Omonia. Unfortunately, didn't keep a clean sheet against Everton. Then we had a clean sheet against Sociedad, Sheriff. Kept a clean sheet against Leicester, Southampton. I think those are it. Yeah, those are it this season. We've got a couple of good clean sheets. We're not the level as which you could say Chelsea, because Chelsea at the end of the day, they've got 5 clean sheets in a row, if I'm not mistaken. They've had a if you count in the AC Milan game, they've had AC Milan clean sheet, Wolves clean sheet, again AC Milan clean sheet, and then Aston Villa and Brentford clean sheet. So they've been keeping it tidy. They've been keeping it very, very tidy. They're scoring normally 2 or 3 goals, averaging. The last game they obviously drew against Brentford. They won't be happy with that. They were somewhat, favored a bit to win that game, but they didn't. But they keeping it very, very tidy, very, very tidy. Graham Potter, he's come in and he's doing well. If you ask me, he's chopping and changing the players. He's putting different players on. He's giving players rest, and everybody in the league has utmost respect for Graham Potter for what he's done with Brighton, and the recruitment that he's done with Brighton as well. Yeah, there's concerns about the way he plays and the way that we play, but if you ask me, it's a massive blow for them for having Fofana injured and having Reece James injured. I never obviously wish injury on any player, any professional player, but at the end of the day, it's a positive for us. Reece James is one of the best fullbacks in the world. He's in the conversation of top 3 easily, top 2 easily, if you ask me, in that position that he plays in. And he's injured. Fofana, a player that was brought into Chelsea, obviously not a Graham Potter signing. Nobody's a Graham Potter signing in that club at the moment. But nonetheless, he's also a really good player. But again, injured. So they've got to go and rely on Koulibaly. They've got to go and rely on Jorginho. They've got to go and rely on Aspilicueta, uh, Chalobah. I don't know if Thiago Silva's going to play. Obviously, they've got a hell of a lot of good quality players. They've got a Mamayang in there that they can dispose of. They've got Pulisic in there, Thiago Silva, Raheem Sterling, Hakim Ziyech, who hasn't really played any serious minutes anyways, but they've got a hell of a lot of players. Kovacic is in there as well. They've got quality players in there. This is going to be a serious test for Manchester United. I was scared of one player in Tottenham Hotspur. If you ask me, I was a bit skeptical about Heung-min Son, but in this particular game, who do I fear? I think Aubameyang is a serious striker, and when he's feeling it, when players are finding him with crosses, he can be really dangerous. Pulisic, he's not the fastest player, if you ask me. Mason Mount, Kai Havertz is there as well. Havertz, again, sometime maybe good, sometime maybe shit. You don't know with that guy, in all honesty. You really, really don't. And they've got this, obviously, the guy, the Albanian guy, Broha. I think, how old is he? 20 odd years old. Again, I'm not really fussed about him. It's more so Raheem Sterling, Aubameyang, Mason Mount that I'm more so concerned about. Because Raheem Sterling, everybody knows, I rate him very, very, very highly. Raheem Sterling's always managed to do well in big games. He's a serious baller, 27-year-old, still in his prime. Lots to give still. Aubameyang, again, really top player. But it's going to be a hard day in the office nonetheless for Varane and Martinez. I wonder from our perspective who's going to play in our midfield, because I am thinking, by the way Chelsea are going to play, it's going to be a 3-5-2-1. The thing is with Graham Potter, he changes his formation numerous times within the game. So he keeps it very unpredictable almost. With Reece James being out, it'll be Loftus-Cheek, and Loftus-Cheek again having a good few minutes playing, doing well. He's a decent player. He's a decent player, but he's had his time with injury as well. Everybody in the Chelsea game is feeling themselves, and in the last game particularly, Graham Potter uses his subs. He's got legs in there to go and use. We don't. That's one of my concerns. If you go and look at our bench compared to Chelsea's bench, it's a concern of mine. I don't know if other people share the same thing, but it is for me. When you look at our bench, Martial's still out. Eriksen's just come back in. Ronaldo's now out. We ain't really got no one except for some senior players and some youth players. Malacia might be in bench. He's new in the league. Nothing much to say other than that. We've got Garnacho, Palestri, Elanga. What else do you want me to say? Whereas Chelsea's bench is very, very solid. Very solid. I'm going to go ahead and drop the StreamYard link for the members to come in, joining into the stream. Just bear with me. Big up the members. And you guys can have your say. And we'll go ahead and build the starting 11, because the midfield right now, our midfield, is doing well. Let me go through some of the comments as well. Good evening from Flame. Abdi says, first time here, Faz. Love the content on United View. I want to be here regularly. Big up, Abdi. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Ganso says, we can win. 2-1 is the prediction. Prediction from Ronald is 3-1. Ganso says Kane and Son did nothing. They fit each other. And Spurs, bunch of bottlers and ghosts. Yeah, Spurs didn't do anything. Come on, United. Back Ten Hag, 100%. Says Suze. Ganso says Rashford can cook softest cheek at right wing back. Maybe we put Rashford left. Well, who goes in the middle then if Rashford is left? Ganso, do tell me. Rashford in behind is dangerous. Very close game. Big up Liam, thank you for joining. If we beat Chelsea convincingly, we won't be taken lightly by other clubs. I like that. I like that comment, Muhammad Ali. I do, because there's still a bit of uncertainty about Manchester United. We turn up and then we don't turn up. Fred didn't turn up and then turned up. Bruno was ghosting a little bit and then boom, out it comes. Sancho started the season starting strong, and then boom, it's just having a slight dip. Anthony slowly started cooking. Casemiro didn't really start well. Lots of questions. Now he's slowly cooking. Martinez and Varane been solid all season. Injury scare for Varane, but he was fine. Malacia, I think he just needs a bit of rest. Body needs to adapt. Slowly come back into the squad. He'll be all right. Dallo tired slightly. I think for Dallo, he's just got no competition at the moment, and he's got nobody to give him some rest. So Dallo's just going to play, isn't he? Dallo's Dallo. Liam says, F Chelsea, we're kicking the shit out of them. United will win. I hope United win. I really do. Ganso says, I'm somewhat confident against big team. It's the small teams I fear. And that's the thing. That's the concern when it comes to Manchester United is we always somehow pull it out the bag when it comes to the big teams. But when it comes to the smaller teams, we always seem to have some sort of blocker, some sort of fumbling, some sort of dip in performance. And this is what I always get concerned about. And that is the reason why I really want to win these big games. I really, really do, especially if it's an away game and we can get a win. My goodness, that'll be amazing. That will be amazing. Big up Austin for joining. Says, I'm hoping for a big game from Sancho. If not, good thing Elanga is working back to form. Thing with Elanga is I don't think Ten Hag rates Elanga as a senior player. I think Elanga was brought in last season by Ralf Ragnick more so because he just needed an extra player because Martial was on loan. But other than that, I don't think Ten Hag really looks at Elanga like a starter or a player that can play a good amount of bench minutes. I don't really think so. I'm not really seeing much of Elanga. I think Sancho's more of the player that will be coming off the bench. Now that Ronaldo's not playing against Chelsea, question is, the front three is going to stay the same. It's going to be Sancho, Rashford, and Anthony. It has to be. In a moment where I would say Sancho needs to hold bench, if you ask me. But what can we do? Ronaldo has brought this upon us. I will speak on Ronaldo a bit as well because it's just there. It's in front of us. Everybody's talking about it at the moment. But just going back to Chelsea for a second, comparing their lineup from Aston Villa win to the Brentford draw, you see a couple of changes. They've had Sterling playing the fullback kind of role. They've had Chilwell on this side, whereas when they played Brentford, they had Cucurella play that left-hand side and Loftus-Cheek play on the right-hand side, and they had Chalobah in the middle as a centre-back, whereas against the Aston Villa game, they had Thiago Silva in the centre-back position. Graham Potter trying lots of different things. Havertz and Mount obviously constantly switching sides as well, causing different headaches for fullbacks. Mason Mount getting the 2 goals against Aston Villa as well, and Aubameyang playing up front, not really scoring, but nonetheless being a threat. And this is the thing. With Graham Potter. Is very, very good with bringing players in and out. The abundance of players in his bench is really good. Like the drop in quality isn't a lot. The drop in quality for Graham Potter's bench to his starting 11 isn't a lot. Whereas if you look at ours, for example, so we played Tottenham last game, right? And considering Ronaldo's out now, so in our lineup, in our bench, if you go and look at our bench, we had now no more Ronaldo now, Pelestri, McTominay, Malacia, Lindelof, Tom Heaton, Garnacho, Ericsson, and Elanga. So Maguire ain't back. Marsh and aim back as in he won't be ready for the Chelsea game. Martial isn't ready. Twanzebe isn't ready. Bissaka isn't ready. Brandon Williams isn't ready. Van der Beek isn't ready. Got a lot of players that aren't ready. A lot of players. Now, on top of that, to add to all, Ronaldo isn't ready. So it's not looking good. It is not looking good for us. I think I need Bissaka back ASAP, if you ask me, just to hold it down for a game or so. Really and truly, just to hold it down for a game, because Dallow's been playing every single game. He's literally been playing every single game. I don't think someone please remind me. Has Dallow missed any game? I think it's one game he played a few minutes, and that was it. He didn't play the full 90. But other than that, I think Dallow's played almost every single minute. Let me just look it up as well quickly whilst I'm here. Dallow's played. One second. Dallow has played one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 90 minutes straight. He has played 6 90 minutes straight. Lord have mercy. And he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 90 minutes this season already. That is a lot of 90 minutes for Dallow. A lot of 90 minutes. Liam says, Faz, why are you being so negative? I'm not being negative, but I am a bit concerned considering the depth of squad and quality that Chelsea have compared to us. And the only reason why I'm saying this, Liam, is let's be real. A lot of our players have played a lot of minutes. Ten Hag doesn't make that many subs. What point does he do that? Is he squeezing them out until World Cup? I don't know. But on top of that, no Martial, no Ronaldo. Rashford's finishing is questionable. His work ethic, no problem. But Rashford's finishing is questionable. Who does the goals come from? Is it going to be Fred again? Does Fred get rewarded and he play in the midfield? Because Ten Hag likes to reward players based on their previous performances. These are all questions that I must ask. You go and look at McTominay does well, has a yellow card. That's why has too many yellow cards. That's why he has to sit out one game. Then he starts slowly coming back in. Casemiro now doing his thing as well. Bruno had a good game. And Ten Hag likes to reward players based on reward. Casemiro, Bruno, and Fred, they've all three have done really well. So what do you do now? That's the thing. What do you do now? Do you go ahead and play McTominay? This is a question that we'll have to ask. Chelsea, I've not really been watching Chelsea in all honesty. They've been cooking slowly. Graham Potter has been doing his thing, but Graham Potter we have faced already this season, and he has got the better of us. That's just a fact. So I would like to hope that Ten Hag can go and beat this test on this particular occasion. That's just my thing. Let me go through some of the comments as well. Is Kovacic fit? I think he is. Van der Beek and Martial still not fit. No, they're not. Big up Mark as well. Thank you for joining. Like to see Iqbal come through, says Mark Harris. The thing with the youth players, I want to see the youth players, but the thing is, it's not the right time. As best as I can put it, it is not the right time to see the youth players. The youth players need to be brought in an environment where the discipline is already installed, where they already understand the system, where they don't have to go and feel like they're playing in a system where they're not accustomed to, and where the first team are playing some decent football. So consider all of this as well. But hopefully you can see them eventually in a game where, for example, if we go ahead and beat Sheriff convincingly, then we can maybe see some of the kids against the Sociedad game, maybe so. But we'll only come and see. I'm playing Lindelof or Malacia right back over Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and this is something that I had discussed a few hours ago on my Twitter space, that I would actually prefer Dalot to get some rest. But would that be against Chelsea is the argument. Is it the right time to go and bring someone in during the Chelsea game to play that right back position, because we know Lindelof can play right back, but he ain't the best. Malacia can play right back, and he ain't the best. Their preferred positions are their preferred positions. And in a big game, you're going and making that big call is a risk, and it might backfire. It might backfire. Liam says we are Manchester United. We have beaten all but one of top six. I think I understand your confidence. I do. But can I be very honest? Skynet took a lot of confidence out of me. And I'll be very honest as well. The way Arsenal are moving are making me shaky, in all honesty. I can't lie. I can't sit here and lie. The way Arsenal is moving, yeah, it's got me a bit stressed. Arsenal can't be winning the league. Nah, Arsenal can't be winning the league, man. So yeah, nothing wrong with being negative anyway. We need balance, positivity, and negativity. Look, I'm positive in the midfield. I swear to God, like really, really positive in the midfield. I'm really positive in our backline. Really positive. Even if Dallo plays, I'm really positive. My concern is certain aspects of the game, in certain moments, certain players, they don't come out. I'm still concerned about Anthony at times. He's doing his thing, sure. I'm the first person to obviously credit him, and because I'm a big fan of Anthony, but at times I find that he might be lacking that killer moment at the end where he needs to be able to find someone, or he needs to be able to have a shot on target. He's still a bit lacking on that side. Sancho seen a little bit of moment against Everton, where he managed to do that thing where he passed it to McTominay, but then boom comes the well, he got an assist last game as well. You know, he's always his GA is looking good. His GA in this season is looking. Nobody can argue if you look at his GA, but then again, you say, right, well, has he been setting the game on fire? Not really, he hasn't. Rashford doing well this season in terms of energy, in terms of being there, in terms of fighting for the ball, jumping, creating headaches for defenders, flooring them as well. Let's not forget, he's flooring defenders left, right, and center. He's being a proper menace, but he's not able to put the ball in the back of the net when it matters, and that is a concern. I would prefer against the likes of Chelsea's and these sorts of game. You get couple chances, put them in, just put them in. And he's had a good few chances against Tottenham. And if you ask me, he should have had a brace. Easily, he should have had a brace against Tottenham. And which that game should be 4-0, not 2-0. But his finishing is just not up to that level. So that's all it is. But he's doing his thing nonetheless. Muhammad Ali says, I have lost my temper and patience with Martial not available again. I lost my patience a long time ago with Martial. There's nothing you can say on Martial. I'm not even going to entertain him. Not going to entertain him. If I'm Ten Hag, I'd tell Martial that he's not playing any games until World Cup, until after World Cup, just to focus on building fitness. Mark Harris, you will find Ronaldo will not play a full game under Ten Hag until he leaves. I don't think Ronaldo plays a full minute because in 2018, Yunus, who was in Ajax, didn't want to come on after Ajax was winning 4-1 against the Eredivisie team. Go and check it up. And Ten Hag gave him a 2-week, exclusion from the first team, and he never played a minute for Ajax again. And later on in the summer, he was sold to Napoli. So I feel like Ronaldo ain't gonna come back to this squad. I don't think. I'd be very surprised. But then again, he needs Ronaldo because he ain't got players. But then you can't jeopardize your dignity as a manager and your authority as a manager simply because Cristiano Ronaldo is the name. You shouldn't. And we should stick by Ronaldo. And could it cost us? It could cost us massively, if you ask me. It could. But Arsenal fans did that with Arteta, so we gotta back him. We gotta back him. Arsenal fans didn't really back him. At times they were saying Arteta outplay Aubameyang, but you'll get that with Manchester United fans as well. But I will have to stick with him, whatever it is. Ganser says, I'm not 100%. Okay, that's a reply to Mark. That's fine. Let's see. Lindelof ain't it at right back. Joe says 2-1 Chelsea. Interesting, Joe. I think maybe you're a Chelsea fan. Big up David Lee as well in the chat. Appreciate you. 3-1 United. That's a big call. We're moving big, but we won't win the league. Minimum top 4. I think you're a Chelsea fan. I think that's Joe being a Chelsea fan. Chelsea versus Manchester United is the most draw fixture of Premier League history. That is correct. That's what I said at the start of the stream. Play Sancho as a striker and Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right. Sancho as a striker, sin bin for that. Not happening. Not be having Sancho as a number 9. Rashford as a number 9 is much lethal in terms of causing menace and headache to defenders and being that physical player as well. Sancho's not really that physical player. He can't play the number 9. Being a number 9, you need physicality. That's something you definitely need. You need to be able to jump, fight, try and go for second balls. He can bring players in, but playing Sancho as a number 9, I really don't see it. I really, really don't see it. And number 10, maybe, but yeah. Nice shout, Joe. He's greedy, doesn't pass or look up. Have you seen the quotes fast? Ten Hag said he'll back next game once he speaks with him. Yeah, I have seen that he will do that. And maybe he does. Maybe he sees Ronaldo as a player of extreme high caliber. And at the end of the day, let's think of it this way. Ten Hag has no option but to bring Ronaldo back. Let's actually look at it from that perspective. Like, let's consider, does this guy have an option to bring someone? Who has he got as an option? He really doesn't have a lot of players to rely on, except for Martial, Ronaldo, and Rashford up front. He really doesn't. And one of them being unfit, one of them not finishing, and one of them causing headaches. You got to consider all these things. But yeah, Rashford is just your World Cup, but a better finisher. Joe, you're coming with the harsh words, man. Very, very harsh words. Big up Ronald Jacob in the stream as well today. Ronald, how you doing?
I'm under the weather fast, but I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing good now, getting enough sleep.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I hope you start feeling better soon. How are you feeling about the Chelsea game?
I'm nervous, but it's the same nervous I was when I was watching the Tottenham game, and somehow we
Sure.
came over. So if it's the same result, the end result is the same, bro, I want to feel nervous for the rest of the season as well.
Well, I was very nervous. If you asked me for the Tottenham Hotspur game, I was very shaky. But once the first half had gone by, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it was good. I started feeling confident. So um, I
But I haven't
hope
really
we
seen
can go
a
and dominate
Chelsea
this
game
game.
this season. Like I haven't seen
Neither have
one
I.
Chelsea game right now. So I don't know because I remember at the time we all chose to watch the PSG game on your stream
Yeah.
rather than watch the AC Milan and Chelsea game. But then again, I think we should have watched it because I have no idea how they play right now. Like what's
Um.
their strategy, how they're playing, how they move. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
As
And
far
under
as
Potter
listen,
doesn't make sense.
as far as you can go back on their last 3 Premier League games, right? Just looking at their lineups, they chop and change quite a bit. So if you go and look at the last 3 Premier League games, right? The last three are Brentford, Aston Villa, and Wolves in that order. Against Brentford, for example, they had Broha up top. Against Aston Villa, they had Aubameyang up top. Against Wolves, they had Havertz up top. This is it's 3 consecutive games, 3 different changes. If you go and look at the Wolves game, they had 4 at the back. In the Villa game, they had 4 at the back. In the Brentford game, they had 3 at the back or 5 at the back. This guy changes things up so much, so much. Oh no, sorry, I apologize. In the Villa game, they had 3 at the back, and in the Wolves game, they had 4 at the back. But they changed things up so much. They changed things up in the game as well, and I've seen Mason Mount this season quite a bit, and he's in the mood. He's obviously Champions League winner. He's a big game proven player, um, and he's there's a conversation I saw Flex and Matisse having between Mason Mount and Bruno, but I will obviously have a bias to Bruno, but Mason Mount is doing his thing as well. At the start of the season, there was a lot of question about Mason Mount, but he's slowly coming back. Um, Obviously, their back line as well. They've got Chalobah, they've got Koulibaly, and they've got Cucurella, they've got Thiago Silva as well. they got big boy players in the back line. So you have to consider how do we find Anthony, Sancho, and Rashford to be able to penetrate that as well? That's going to be a concern. And they move the ball really fast. They'll take 2 passes, 3 passes, and boom, they're in the opposition's box. They move really fast. They're not the type to sit back. And once they suffocate you, they'll be suffocating you right inside your box as well. Um, so yeah, these are the things, some of the things that we need to consider. They've got
I do
players who can shoot
consider
from outside
those.
the box, inside the box. Good set piece. They've got tall players, physical players. Jorginho's in there as well. Yeah.
But Faz, I mean, I do hear you, right, about all those points. However, we're not playing with Lindelof and Maguire anymore. Our back four is strong and they got legs. They do have legs in them. They run. And the only thing I'm worried about is the one you mentioned, set pieces, because we're
Mm,
looking at Casemiro and he takes the mick out of everyone. Even for that matter of fact, Martinez goes in for a good, that front kiss to every player he's seeing right now.
sure.
Salah got it, Kane got it, Son got it, everyone's getting it. He's giving bear kisses at the end. Shaw got it. So, he gives you that love tap and you fall and then you get up and you're shaken. But then that's the whole worrying point, that these guys are good at set pieces. So I'm not sure how we're going to go ahead and control this aspect of the game. However, on your point about Potter, having so many formations up his sleeve, I am looking at it from a different perspective. I think he's trying to find the right set of formation for the team. He's
Yeah,
chopping and
and he's
switching
trying to
so
find
much.
and he's trying to
Yeah,
find the right player in the right position as well, because he's
exactly.
changed
So
his front man 3 times in three games. So
So exactly how Eric Ten Hag said that he's the new manager and he's not worried about facing him for the second time, but he's far ahead of him than in the process. I think that's actually true. Ten Hag knows his top 11. He does not. Potter does not know who his top 11 is. So he can make a wrong decision just like Arteta and then pay for
hmm,
it in the game. That's how I'm looking at it.
hmm. Big up to the other members as well who've joined the stream. Welcome to Liam, welcome to Omar, welcome to Gan. So Liam, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on the Chelsea game? What are you feeling?
Okay, so I'm feeling that we're gonna win.
Prediction,
Uh,
and I think if I'm not mistaken, you predicted a 2-1.
2-0, I reckon, because our defense has been superb the last couple of games.
Okay. Okay.
And also the guys, had 3 clean sheets in a row, if
Mm.
I'm not mistaken. So I'm thinking I don't think we're gonna concede because I can't see Chelsea scoring, to be fair. Uh, and uh, and our team is high on confidence at this moment in time. Also,
That is also true. But so are Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea are high on confidence as well. You can't say they're not. They've just had 5 clean sheets in a row. They've beat AC Milan. What was it, 5 goals as well? They're gonna be big on confidence. You can't
true.
deny that. Players are getting 2 braces in games. Um, AC Milan, third position in their league, respectfully. So they're doing well as well. You can't, and and what, they're fourth in the league as well, Chelsea. So
True. But I think we are an all-round better squad than them.
mm,
They are still learning their team. They're still learning the manager. They're learning the new system. So I think for us, we've got a slight edge on them.
um, yeah, I see your point. You have a valid point. Let's come to Omar. Omar, what are your thoughts?
You already know me about these other teams. These if they're not Manchester United, we're gonna beat them. I already said
Straight up.
the score's gonna be 3-0 from counter attacking team because pretty much they're home. This is the first game where I'm like, they're home. So I have to rethink my thought process. Okay, they're home. They're gonna have more possession. They're gonna be more aggressive. We have to beat them on the counter attack. That's why I say
Okay.
we're gonna win 3-0 because they're gonna push all day. And I saw their last game. They have a Aubameyang and he was on the bench. They started a brand new kid, Boja, up front. So it's like the last game, it seemed like they play like 4 in the back with 2 6s. Like I have confidence in us being. Also, we have Varane, Martinez, Casemiro. That's -1 goal they're gonna score. So if they were gonna score 2 goals like in the future, those three pretty much the same -1. So if they're gonna score at least 1 goal. Because they're gonna constantly be pushing pretty much. But I still see us beating them off counter attack. Also, I don't in a way I don't see Ericsson playing this game next game.
I see Ericsson playing next game.
I
I
kind
think
of
he
don't.
goes with his safe option, which is McTominay, Ericsson, and Bruno. I think he'll go back because McTominay missed the game simply because of the yellow card.
Yeah, and
I think
McTominay
he'll
can't
go
play.
back.
McTominay can't play this game because he's missed a game and he's not like ready to constantly go match after match again. I probably see McTominay play against Sheriff, but right now Casemiro has to play because we need the 3 points.
We need the weird thing is you need good physicality, but you also need high players with good legs in that game tomorrow,
Yes.
because Chelsea moved the ball really, really fast. Tottenham, on the other hand, don't. Tottenham play the same kind of formation, but they're the total opposite, which is they'll sit back, whereas Chelsea will move the ball, boom, 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 2-3 passes, they're in your box.
Yeah,
Really
like
quick.
it's in a weird way, it's like in a sluggish but fast way, as in sluggish or something in your box. I'm like, how do you get here so fast? That's why, in a way, this game will probably the game will depend on the front three, like highly on the front three, pretty much, because they have to finish every chance they get. Like the chance Rashford got against Spurs, he has to bury that because Kepa's putting in madness this season. He's trying to go for goalkeeper of the season right now, so they have to do something against him. Against Brentford, there was a clear-cut chance where the keeper not supposed to get there, and he's saving that. I'm like, okay, this is. I mean,
Mendy had Tuchel sacked after that horrible mistake, and Graham has come in and said, "Hey, Kepa is my guy. Kepa's my guy," and he's gone and identified Kepa. Graham Potter is great at identifying talent and attributes in players that they might not even know. You look at what he's done with Brighton, but the question is how confident will they be facing a serious challenge like this? Now, the only reason why I'm being a bit shaky with my positivity and people are thinking I'm negative, I'm not negative, but I'm just not fully chest out, because they just slapped AC Milan. AC Milan are not a joke club.
But they're tied against Brentford at home. In Brentford home, they have I'm looking at the stats now. They have 5 shots on target. They have 67% of possession, 656 passes. It's like, I don't know. Also, Brentford had like crosses will destroy. If we could land our crosses, we'll score at least 2 goals from there. Come look at the Brentford highlight. I'm like, these are clear-cut chances. And they have Koulibaly and that new kid. I forgot his name. Like, in a way, I see us winning.
Okay, this is one of the things that I want to bring on, and I'll bring you in, Ganso, into this as well. Chelsea predominantly like to keep more of the ball. Okay, so if we look at the last few games, excluding the AC Milan game, I'm just going to totally exclude that because that game was they just really bullied AC Milan. But if you look at, for example, and the red card, you look at Brentford game, 66% overall possession. That is a huge amount of possession, but that game was a draw, which doesn't make sense because they've had 66% overall possession. They've had 14 goal attempts, just 5 goal on shots on goal. The attacks, out of the 66% of the possession, they've only had 130 overall attacks and 81 dangerous attacks. Brentford, with way less possession, had 53 dangerous attacks compared to their 81. So difference, but not a huge difference. You then go on to the Villa game, one before, 59% possession for Chelsea. Again, a huge amount of possession. You go on, look at their shots on goal. Well, Aston Villa has more shots on goal. You look at their dangerous attacks. Guess what? It's the same. And they had 60% of the ball as well. 46 dangerous attacks for Chelsea, 45 for Aston Villa. Again, very, very, very close, even though they've had loads of possession. You go to the Wolves game now, where they won 3-0. They've had 57% of the ball. And when you look at the dangerous attacks, again, very close. 54 dangerous attacks for Chelsea, 43 for Wolves. So very, very close. It's a weird one because they have a lot of the ball, but then in certain games, they're killing games off. In the Wolves game, for example, where they have, quite a bit of the possession, but they have similar dangerous attacks, and they're much more lethal in those dangerous attacks. At that time, they had Havertz up front, but then you go and look at, for example, the Brentford game where they drew. They had 66% of the ball. That's a lot of the time you're having the ball, yet they couldn't go and break the team down. Now you might say it's because Broha was on the pitch, and he's a new kid, he's Albanian youngster, whatever. But they brought on Pulisic, they brought on Aubameyang, they brought on Sterling, they brought on Kovacic, and they still failed. They couldn't break down that Brentford team, and they had so much of the ball. It's a hit and miss, if you ask me. I don't really know. When it comes to Chelsea. You can't really predict.
I agree. I think this game will be a pretty close game, to be honest. I look at their squad and I look at our squad. I don't really see too much of a difference. I think missing Reece James is a big miss, and I think their defense has been a bit shaky this season. Yes, they have like Koulibaly, they've brought in these players, but I don't think they've been all that great defense. Again, I don't watch Chelsea, but I think Koulibaly, especially with Rashford's pace, we can get at them, Rashford in behind. And I think especially with Jorginho in midfield, if we get someone like McTominay, someone like Fred, and even Eriksen, because Eriksen does put in a lot of running and shit, to be fair. I think if we get runners in that midfield, I think this will be a close game. Like you say, Chelsea have had more possession most of their games, but I think it'll be a very end-to-end game. I don't think this is going to be a game where they have a lot of possession and we sit back and counter. I think we can get at this Chelsea team. I don't think it's like Man City or like to be Arsenal this season where it's like, okay, we have to give them a bit of respect. They are really good. I think Chelsea is a team that we can get at, and I think we can win.
There's a thingy here. Red Baron says we don't cross, and this is something that I was speaking on prior to today on Twitter. That people think we don't cross, or we don't cross enough. Not enough low crosses, not enough high crosses. Not enough high crosses because we don't have people to head the ball. Not enough low crosses because, let's be real, Rashford ain't running into the near post. Rashford ain't running into the far post at times. He's just more of a direct person. You ping the ball, you ask him to run in behind and hope for the best, or he'll have the ball, he'll cut in and try and shoot and make the keeper work. That's the type of player he is. If you want a more of a striker sort of crosses, you're gonna need a striker sort of player. Even if you have Martial, he ain't running into near post. Let's be real here. He ain't running into far post. He's more of a linker player, again, close to feet, ball to feet, carrying the ball in the box, dragging defenders to him, getting penalties, getting free kicks. That's the type. If you want to crosses, you need an Ivan Toney, you need a Lautaro Martinez, for example, who will be in and out. Maybe even an Victor Osimhen, but I don't even think Victor Osimhen is the type of guy to be putting crosses in. More so a Lautaro Martinez or Lewandowski. Those are the type of strikers you put the crosses in for. They'll find best. This is one of my things. I don't remember where I heard it. I don't remember where I heard it, but I do remember top world-class strikers make bad crosses look good. That's how strikers make their bread and butter. They would make a bad cross look absolutely world-class cross, and that's what Ronaldo did all his life, making any cross look like a good ball. You just put the ball in the air, this guy's gonna find it, even if it's behind him. But we don't have that right now, and this is Red Baron, this is a huge pet peeve of mine, because scoring goals from set pieces can add so much to your goal difference at the end of the season, like so much. I wasn't a big fan of Fellaini, but I just love the guy, because if he was on the pitch, just put the ball in and around him and he's gonna get his head on the ball. And I just hate that Manchester United ain't got a player who's good in the air. Just really, really hate it. And we've got Ronaldo, we've got Harry Maguire, but we all know Harry Maguire ain't that guy when it comes to scoring goals for Man United. But when it comes to England, he's a hero. And with Cristiano Ronaldo, needs everything on his plate at the moment. So that's my take on the Cross situation. Just really frustrated that we ain't got that type of player. Daniel says Chelsea to win 2-1. I think we've got some Chelsea fans in the chat as well. Martial is not back. David Lee, unfortunately, he's still not fit. We don't have poachers, so to speak, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Liberty is we don't have poachers. We don't have players that will be able to go for that stray ball. Strikers, for example, why Haaland makes a lot of the Man City team look so good is not just because of the passes that De Bruyne or Gundogan and Rodri will find him with, but Haaland will run for a ball even if it's miles away, like miles and miles away. Haaland will try and get to that ball. That's why he's Skynet. He's programmed to just be a magnet to the ball, and that's the thing. That's just the type of player he is, and we would properly benefit from a striker like that. And like I keep saying, Lautaro Martinez. I just keep saying it to everyone. Big up Space Kid for joining as well. Red Baron says, I think Ten Hag is cool with that, though. We play more centrally now, pros and cons. But go and look at Ten Hag's Haller. Again, finding his way to crosses. Crosses are coming in from Tadic and this side and that side from deep. But he's finding a way to be in them crosses.
His Ajax team put in crosses.
Forward. Sorry, what was that?
His Ajax team did put in like a good amount of crosses. Like I remember when I was watching Antony comps, a lot of the time he was crossing in to Haller back post or just in the box in general.
So sometimes not even a cross, it's just a shot, and Haller's like, nah, I'm gonna redirect this. It's a pretty much redirecting header. Like goalkeeper cannot do nothing about it. It's gonna go in 100% of the time.
Also, I want to see Antony. I want to see Antony in the box more. I don't think have we seen him like actually do anything in the box like that much? Because I don't.
No, he's always going wide, and the low goes in the box.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see Antony in the box more.
And pretty much something that happened to him when Ajax too. He went wide, Mazuri come to the box and score all the goals or all the crosses.
Antony doesn't go into the box, and you know what? That's something that I considered as well, looking at the last game as to why this guy doesn't go into the box much. But he's a very I was having this conversation with someone outside of Old Trafford whilst I was giving my interview. Before I was giving my interview, that this guy, certain players trust a certain style of their play, and they trust it so much that they know they'll have like 98% success rate. Reason being, he will never, ever, ever go on his right foot. He just doesn't like it. Antony just doesn't like it. And when a player doesn't like something, you will see they just won't feel comfortable in doing so. He loves cutting in. He loves having that ball. And now the saying is a crab. They're calling him crab football. Like he keeps rolling the ball to the side. He keeps moving to the side. But guess what? It works. He made peri chicken out of Perisic. So you can't complain for that. What he does is works. Look at the way he found Bruno. Was it a goal? Was that a goal? When I think it was because what's his name?
He found Sancho.
Casemiro found Antony. Antony found Bruno. Bruno then found Fred, and Fred had a shot, and then Bruno got the goal. So he cut inside. He just loves cutting in, and we've been asking for that, though. We've been asking for a right winger with a left foot, and he nearly scored at that game as well. The ball was just off the mark, and if that ball was a bit more towards the right, you could say that ball's going in.
That reminds me. If we had a poacher, because I remember also in his comps, a lot of the times when he shoots that finesse shot from outside the box, and then the goalkeeper will rebound it, they have a poacher ready to just smack it in. If we have someone better movement who can read, who's a good poacher, can read the box better, I think we can score a lot more goals.
So far, I've been extremely happy with Antony. He has got a rocket of a left foot on him, an absolute rocket. And so far, so good from Antony. I'm actually impressed.
And the thing is, don't forget as well, he does his defensive duties really well. He's very physical. I don't think people are talking enough about Antony's physicality. When was the last time you saw Sancho go body to body with someone and win and sustain? Well, guess what? I've seen Antony go body to body with two players numerous times and still come out on top. Arsenal game being one of them. He's one of his first challenges in a Man United top. He went absolutely smashing into, I think it was Martinelli. And yeah, he got the ball. He got majority of the ball. And he's this is one of the reasons why he lingers about on the outside of the box, is because if the other team and you have a change of possession, this guy is straight away being physical, running back. And this is something that we need if we're going to be having Dalot overlap and Dalot doing step overs in the opposition's box like he was doing against Spurs. If Dalot goes that up high, you need a player that you can rely on to fall back as well. And this is the thing with Sancho you can't do, because you saw against is it the Newcastle game, if I'm not mistaken, where Sancho lost the ball and Luke Shaw came to the rescue. He had to come to the rescue. And this is why you didn't actually see Luke Shaw overlap so much, because if Luke Shaw overlaps and gets caught out, you're not having Sancho run full pelt trying to block the ball. Let's be real, you're not. And that's just how Sancho plays. Sancho needs a free roam position. And if you want that free roam on that wing, you're going to have to start beating players. That's just my thing with Sancho. It's as simple and plain as I'm going to put it. If you want no overlapping, or if you don't want to, not no overlapping, if you do not want to do your defensive duties, start beating players. I'm going to put it as straight as that. You have to start beating players, because you can't tell me Sancho can't beat players, because he can. He really, really can. And if you can't, as a winger in this day and age, if you can't beat players, I don't know what type of winger you are, because Rashford can flow players. Rashford can flow players.
Can you see Sancho as being a first team player? Because at the moment, I see him as more of a bench player.
Right now, I'll put Sancho at 9 and let Rashford control the left.
I don't know why people say.
Let me explain why. Because of what we have right now. I'll put Rashford on his left, where he's best at. I'll put players in their best position. Rashford on the left, and I'll put Sancho in the middle instead. Because Martial is not fit, we don't have Ronaldo. What other option do you have?
Sancho's not even fast enough.
Bruno first line.
Sancho's not even now that Anthony is not going to lose his spot on the right hand side. That's him fixed. So
we have seen Sancho play at 9 before in Manchester United. By the way, we have seen him be in and around that role.
He swapped with Rashford.
I don't know which game was it actually. Was it at the start of this season? If I'm not mistaken,
it was against Liverpool. He swapped with Rashford for a second, then went back after the goal.
He does, and I think a few games ago he did that as well, where he goes central. Even for a few minutes, people saying they saw him play better when he was on the right. Maybe that's a
he does play better on the right. He has his connection with Dalot is better than with Shaw and Malacia.
Because Dalot's a grafter. I'll take it. Because Dalot is a grafter. Dalot works so hard. Dalot makes Sancho look good. That's how good Dalot is right now. I don't think people are putting a lot of respect on Dalot's name. Dalot makes Sancho look good. Dalot makes his wingers look good.
Yes. I just need that.
Again, I'm really bad at remembering the games, but if someone remembers, there was one game where Anthony led the ball through his legs and Dalot overlapped and took that ball over. Dalot passed the ball to Anthony. Anthony didn't even touch the ball. He just let the ball roll through his legs and he took the defender with him. And Dalot had open run on the wing. This is only a few games ago. And Dalot is just on form right now. He's absolutely amazing right now as he's playing. Absolutely amazing. With Sancho though, if he wants that right hand position that people are saying he plays better in, he's gonna have to fight for it. And there is not in a million years Sancho's going to start a game as a number 9 or a number 10. It's not happening over Bruno and Rashford. It ain't happening. Not with Ten Hag in the club anyways. These are some Twitter myths, if you ask me. I don't see it happening at all.
Sancho on the left it is.
It is. It has to be. Unless we all of a sudden tomorrow at 4 p.m. start hearing that Elanga's on the left.
I will not be surprised. I already told you that I put Elanga over Sancho either way, because the way
you don't know with this manager, in all honesty, because when I saw Fred on the lineup against Spurs, I was worried, and nobody can sit here and tell me they weren't worried.
Well, I was worried. I'm like, here we go again.
Yep.
I thought the game was done in that moment, but then Fred
passed
to Fred
I thought to myself, Bissouma's about to cook him. I really, really, really rate Bissouma so highly, and I forgot Bissouma was on the pitch. I really did.
I didn't even know who they had. All I
I
remember was
forgot.
the ball hit Eric Dyer in the face, and the game stopped, and I was upset.
But Red Baron is right. He said we need more squad depth. This team is going to burn out by February. Well, this team is going to burn out by January easy, because World Cup. How many players of ours are going to the World Cup, and they all playing for really big teams in the World Cup, and any of them go far, it's going to be a massive amount of
games.
pressure. And in January, don't forget as well, I think we'll catch up on some of the games that we've missed as well, which is Crystal Palace and Leeds. So there'll be jam-packed January as well, as we call it. So it's a lot of games to go and think about. Squad depth is going to be massive.
We need to buy players in the next transfer window. That is 100% guaranteed.
Facts.
Muhammad Ali has a question. Would you play Bruno as false nine along with Rashi in the left and Anthony as a right? Never in a million years. I am never. I do not want to see false nine. Do you know what I call it? I call it false football. I am not.
However,
not ready.
Faz, do you ever envision or see Eriksen playing the Bruno role as a 10?
Nope, don't see.
Listen, hear me out.
You let him finish.
Bro, hear me out. Like, come on, man.
No, listen. The way I saw Ten Hag hug Bruno.
Listen.
I see where he's going.
Bro, just listen to me once, Faz. You're moving like Eric Ten Hag, making decisions on the go, huh? All right. So I'm just saying, put Eriksen as a 10, Bruno on the bench, and have Fred and Casemiro play. Because what's the problem with Eriksen right now? He doesn't have legs, as Fred does, right? So I'm moving Bruno out of the team, no Hollywood passes, nothing as such. I'm bringing stability over there as Eriksen. And then I have legs behind with Fred. Because you saw in the last game, Fred was actually moving different with Lloris. He was running at Lloris. Imagine, the guy was moving from that position to Lloris. He has legs for days. And Casemiro can sit back and just play the game from there. So we have two stable players. I got muted.
Sorry. That was my laptop playing up. 1 second. Is it working now?
Yeah. I thought it was network issues.
No. It's okay. It was my laptop. I apologize. Continue.
No. So I'm just thinking out loud that I would love to see Eriksen as a 10, because that's what we saw as Eriksen in Tottenham. Remember those beautiful last days when Dele Alli was a thing? So yeah, I would just like to see Eriksen there for maybe 1 or 2 games, not the whole season. Look, Bruno has to be there.
Eriksen made his name being a 10 in Tottenham. At the peak of his 10 days, he was worth 110 million, if not more. He was worth one of the most expensive players on earth at that time. It was around 110, 120 million at the prime of his time. Right now, let's be honest, he can play a 10 very good. Yes. As players grow older and they understand the game better, you start seeing them do less yet do more, basically, right? And you see that in Eriksen. I see that in Eriksen. He doesn't do much, but when he does something, you think, what the fuck? How the fuck did you even see that? One of the things I see that from Varane, by the way, he doesn't do much, but when he does something, you think, how the fuck did you see that? Against Tottenham, right on the edge of our goal line, near our goal, the guy found a pass when he could have just cleared the ball out. But that shows the level of football IQ. The difference here is Ten Hag's belief and trust in Bruno outweighs everything. He's really identified Bruno as a grafter. And I've noticed something, I've noticed something with Ten Hag and his players. He likes aggression. He really fucking loves aggression. Not one of his players lack aggression. Tell me, Malacia doesn't. Anthony doesn't. Casemiro doesn't. Martinez doesn't. Bruno doesn't. And now you see aggression from Rashford as well, by the way. You see Rashford going in body to body. When did you start seeing? You didn't see that last season. He started jumping. Rashford is jumping for balls.
Sancho could get sold.
Pause, by the way. Pause. Rashford is jumping for headers.
The Lord's the most improved player. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Most
Red
improved
Baron says same with Sancho. Yeah, Sancho's jumping for headers as well. He's failing miserably, but still, he's still jumping. Martinez, obviously, one of the reasons why we got the goal. By the way, we got the second goal because of Martinez. Let's not forget, because Martinez won the second ball.
Best center back in the world. I don't
Yeah,
care what nobody say.
100%. I'm putting it on flex because when I said it, them man said, "Yo, you're reckless." You say, but hey, half price. Right now, Martinez is what's 80 million, 90 million. If you ask me,
Definitely.
if he continues like this season, he's easily worth 100 million.
What's
Ain't no
the-
fucking way.
This
What's
is
the
the best
record
hijack of the
center
season. This
back?
is the best hijack because Arsenal was gonna get it. This is the best hijack.
Yeah, Arsenal are crying in the mud, and Arsenal wanted to play him as left back.
But Faz, I just
They
wanted
should
to
have got
see.
him over Gabriel.
I just want to see Eric Ten Hag because his first choice as a centre back was Timber and not Martinez.
The thing is with Ericsson as
True.
well, he will play, and this is crazy, but he will play Sancho as a 10 over Ericsson. He will. Because
I don't know about that.
because Sancho ain't playing the ball from deep. Fred ain't playing the ball from deep. Casemiro
We
can.
need that.
Oh,
Okay,
Casemiro
I
can.
I see what
But
you mean.
boy, oh boy, when Ericsson makes a pass from deep, he's finding that person. And guess who was one of the players that could have done that? Who's not here
Frankie.
anymore? It's Paul Pogba.
Oh,
It's Paul Pogba.
okay,
He ain't
okay.
here. He is not here. And imagine Casemiro, Pogba, and Ericsson. But hey, I'm not gonna start making myself cry and making other people
That's an
cry.
ultimate team right there.
I'm not gonna get emotional.
It's a
But,
team, but it's a team, but Paul Pogba's injured now until God knows when. So
is he not training? Is he
I
is he
think
not
he
back
just
in
came
training or is
back
he
now.
still
He
Back
just
injured?
in
came
training.
back. He just
don't
came
think
back.
so. Is he?
He
He's
just
back
came
in
back
training.
recently.
Yeah, I think he's back in training.
Yeah, he's going to the walk. He's going to walk up. Can't take it.
I wonder what's the situation with Eric Bailly, but only time will tell. But
Is he fit?
we'll see with that as well. But nonetheless, look, it's let's just get our starting lineup done. Whilst you are all here as well, let me bring it up because the starting lineup is going to be very, very hard. If you ask me, I personally am going to find it hard simply because of the way our midfield's been so good. Let me just share my screen and people in the comment section can get involved as well with the starting lineup. So first thing first, let's get Harry Maguire in there because we love Harry Maguire.
No, yes, that's
Let's get Lindelof in there as well.
Definitely.
Let's get Luke Shaw in there as well.
Brandon Williams, don't forget him, please.
And then Bissaka in there as well.
Don't forget Dubravka.
Nathan Lade.
Bro, why are you playing Luke Shaw when we have Brandon Williams?
We're gonna take off Ronaldo's ban and he's gonna play on front.
He can also play left wing as well.
I'll never forget that day. Someone called
Can
me.
you imagine?
Wait, it was it Red Baron? I think yesterday's stream or the day before yesterday. He said, "Play Maguire as a right back."
It was him.
Left back.
Man, that's a mad symbol.
Faz, if we are doing this, then why don't you put Martial on the left?
Oh my goodness! Just because you say that, I'm gonna go back to I'm gonna go back to normal. Hold on, let me do Varane. Or is it the other way around? No, it is the right way around.
That's the right way. That's the right way.
It's gonna be Dallo. It's gonna be Luke Shaw. Do you think Luke Shaw starts or Malacia starts?
Luke Shaw.
I'm saying Luke Shaw.
That's interesting.
That
is interesting.
Cucurella's on their left wing, so Anthony starts. What kind of question is that?
It is going to be
only
Rashford.
because ever since Luke Shaw has come back, he's not put a foot wrong. So for me to drop him now would be wrong.
Big up Space Kid with the contribution as well says, if the lineup is right, more memberships on the way. Well, the lineup is gonna be. Listen, it is gonna be very hard. Okay, Bruno's gonna be in there. Let's. Okay, Bruno, 100%. Man of the match.
Casemiro as well. Casemiro as well.
This is where it gets complicated, guys, because
Casemiro's a must start no matter what.
Oh
for
my
me.
goodness! Can I bring more?
Casemiro for sure.
I was gonna say let me bring more players on. Just let me bring like 13 players on the page just to make you see how it looks. But these two positions,
Fred is gonna
so confused.
I see Fred
Faz, I think he's gonna start with Fred and Casemiro. After 60th, looking at how the game is, bring Casemiro on.
Okay, okay? Let's identify this first and forget Casemiro for now. With all due respect, is Fred playing? Yes or no? Like everybody in the comment section, quickly let me know. Yes or no? Are you playing Fred? Yes or no?
I'm playing Fred.
Not over Casemiro.
No, it's not over
No,
anyone.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
but are you
not
playing
over
Fred? Yes
Ericsson.
or no? Just
No,
Fred.
no.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
so no
playing
from
him.
I think I'm playing
Ericsson
Ericsson.
for
I'm playing
the
Ericsson.
game.
For me,
No, I'm
Fred does
asking
not
yes
start.
or no. Yes or no. I don't want to hear. Oh, I'm playing such a. Yes or no. Are you playing Fred? Yes or no.
No.
Yes.
No.
So we've
Nope.
got a yes from Omo. We've got a yes from Liam.
No.
No from Liam. Ganso.
No.
Oh my God. Okay. We've got a no from Woodward, but then we've got a yes from Empire. We've got yes from Bob. We've got yes from David. We've got yes from Liberty. We've got yes from me. I think the yeses slightly outweigh the no's at the moment, you know. That's the thing. Okay. Here's a spanner in the works. Ten Hag likes to reward players. So should we reward Fred for his beautiful performance last game?
No, he's hella inconsistent.
But then
No.
again, Faz, you're going back on your statement. Ten Hag
Which is-
loves to give gifts and whatever good graces to the people who perform. But then Fred did not perform in that game.
No,
But he
against
got the
Spurs.
second chance.
The prior game.
Yes, he performed against Spurs, but the prior game to Spurs, he did not perform at all.
But that's the same case with McTominay.
But-
McTominay didn't perform at the first start of the season, but then he started performing soon as Casemiro got bought, and then look at what
isn't
happened.
Fred
since then.
needed for the
But then you cannot take Eriksen, who has been a consistent performer, and someone for the midfield Erik Ten Hag relies
I don't
on
think Eriksen
out
was
of the
consistent
team.
for the first 2 games. Eriksen was not good, and then he slowly came back into form. He wasn't good for
But
the
you're
first 2
putting-
games. Let's put that
You're
out the
putting
way.
5 games to 1 game.
But also,
We
I'm
have
putting-
seen Fred
I'm
for
putting
2
Fred-
seasons, and he's
Right.
shit.
But how is he gonna prove that he's consistent if you're not giving him minutes when he's shown you
but-
that he can do such a good job?
Also, it's about the job Fred does. Like Fred does what Ericsson can't do, which is constant pressing.
I don't know.
Ericsson cannot do that.
Ericsson's running numbers are high though. Like these very high running numbers. I think. I think it's a myth that like Ericsson doesn't press, that
No,
he
no,
doesn't
no.
run or
Ericsson
anything.
Chelsea
press,
game.
but he cannot
Yeah.
press as good as Fred. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
As in
Ericsson
Fred is
can
like
can
Fred
be
is
very,
Fred's
very
all over
good
the
at
pitch.
finding players. And
And you said Sancho doesn't move, doesn't press all the time. That's why Fred is there. I think. Like, hey Sancho,
well, Sancho's
you're
gonna
not
play
doing-
because we ain't got no other option.
Yeah.
For me,
But-
Ericsson has to replace Fred. Ericsson has to replace Fred.
In a Chelsea
100%.
game, who do you play? That's the question. The
Also,
question
this
is in
is
a Chelsea game,
This
who
is
do you
Chelsea
play?
away.
It has
What
to
is the
be-
midfield for Chelsea?
It'll
Chelsea's
be
midfield.
Jorginho, Mount, Gallagher, something like that. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's right.
that's the last game. And Cucurella is gonna be on the left side. Oh, Cucurella.
On
Jorginho
Anthony.
isn't fast, is he?
Cucurella
Jorginho's
is
slow.
ideally going to be on Anthony.
Yeah, he's not gonna go past them. The Lord's gonna get his revenge.
So,
Jorginho isn't fast, right? Fast?
He's Maguire slow. He's Maguire
no,
slow.
Jorginho is not fast at all.
Oh,
but he's
Eriksen
very
is
good on the
playing.
ball.
Eriksen is
But
playing.
he's very good on the ball.
Bro, we need people who can close channels. And Fred, for the love of his life, cannot close any channels. He does not have ball knowledge. He is a sideway passing merchant. The
The
goal
reason
he
I'm
had,
playing-
that was just a deflected shot. It
cannot
was not
argue
even
with
going
that
in the.
statement anymore.
The
You are
thing
very
with
right.
Fred
You are
is-
very, very right.
Also, the thing with Fred is he gets in this position, like those shooting one-time shot position. He always gets there, like, which is weird. But he doesn't know how to put it away.
But what does it do to Fred's confidence now that he had a nice goal? He did his thing. He held it down in a same formation that Chelsea are going to play in, by the way. And now you're deciding to take me off. What's it going to do to his confidence?
You play against Sheriff. Actually, he might. No, what?
Yeah,
Fred is playing. Fred
Well,
is gonna play against Chelsea.
I don't know. I think
No. Fred will not play against Chelsea. I think Ericsson will come in, and Fred will play the next game. Yeah, I guess it's on Thursday,
Against
right?
Sheriff? Sheriff's gonna park the
Yeah.
bus automatically. I don't want Fred against that.
I
wanna
love
play
how
Fred
I can
against
just
Sheriff.
start manipulating you guys,
I-
man.
I would play
I just
Ericsson.
love how you guys.
But who did you
Fine.
I
manipulate?
think Ericsson will start.
Almost because
I think
at
Ericsson will
one
start
point he said
on
Fred's down. No,
Saturday.
it's Ericsson. And then I was like, well, think about Fred's legs. Think about.
You're not
the way
manipulating
Fred
me.
goes
I'm
down.
looking at.
Basuma's a
I'm
ball
looking at
carrier,
Chelsea
by the way, and Fred
I'm looking
managed
at
to.
Chelsea lineup. As in
See, the
last
problem
game-
is
But look at
The
the
problem is
relationship
that
Fred and
we
Bruno
don't
had in
need the
that game as
legs.
well, by the way. The dummy passes, the dummy balls, they were doing well.
It's not
Those
about
those were
that.
not dummy
I'm looking at
passes.
Chelsea
Come on,
lineup
Faz, you
now.
know it.
I'm looking
Those
at
were
Chelsea
shots
lineup
taken,
now.
converted into dummy passes.
Fred was finding Sancho, your son, really well.
Listen, we're going against Mount Havertz and whoever the striker is. That's all I'm thinking about.
Wait 1 second. Wait. Hold on. Park the bus. We have Casemiro in for sure. But why are we having a conversation around Fred or Ericsson when the conversation actually is Fred or Ericsson or McTominay who's back?
McTominay plays Casemiro. Come on, you know that. McTominay and Casemiro.
I mean, it's midfielders. You never know. He might go with Fred and McTominay in this game.
No, he'll be a crackhead if he did that.
We're not going back to that McFred thing. No, we're not. We're not. Somebody got to break that apart. We're not going back to that. I think
Fred or McTominay.
No,
that's what the in all honesty, I guess that's what the question comes down to. So what I will do,
I'm starting Fred. I don't care what you say, what your poll is, what everything is happening in the background. I'm starting Fred.
Okay. This is the only way to end this. Everybody, the poll is up.
Of course,
you go and vote. Everybody go and vote.
Look,
Fred,
no Ericsson.
He don't put in Ericsson.
There's no Ericsson option.
Oh shit! 1 second. I didn't even put Ericsson right.
Network issues.
Okay. Who starts? Right? Who starts? 1 second. There you go. Fred, McTominay, or Ericsson. Cool. There you go. Poll is up, and it's down to the public. And I remember, Fred instantly had loads of votes instantly. So again, the poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. Go and vote. Fred, oh my God, 86% already.
I told you,
86%, 0% for Ericsson. Ain't nobody vote for Ericsson.
No, we're not playing that. We're playing that way.
Wow.
No, I did.
Yell or reaction.
Okay. Now slowly it's moving. So if you're watching
Ericsson
this,
all the way, bro.
Go ahead and drop your vote.
Fred, really?
Fred is winning by
inconsistent for 5 years, man.
Bro, even Jorginho is gonna run circle around Fred, bro. Even Jorginho, he can't run.
Listen, it's like I said, it's a game by game basis. You're not gonna tell me what happened 5 years or 2 years or yesterday. It's about the team we're playing against. That's how I look at it.
The crazy thing is, Mohammed says most of you said Fred out after Newcastle, and it's so true. It's so true.
I'm still Fred out.
Sticking to it.
I'm still Fred out.
He's not getting on your contract, but he's starting against Chelsea.
I've always been a Fred convert. Don't put me with everyone else.
I'm not spread out yet, but
Red Baron wants me in church with Fred, Pastor Fred.
You gotta. This is.
We need the president, and that's what
this
Fred
is a tough one. Very, very tough one, man.
These Chelsea love to have the ball.
Wait, Fred vote gone up again, 75%. McTominay, Ericsson in the mud. But this is the thing. People will see one game and they'll say, "Yep, I'm playing these guys. 100%, I'm playing them because he's done well last game, and they'll be having that high from the last game." Well, the community is saying Fred. McTominay, man, what about him? The poor kid. He didn't even have a bad game. He just simply got benched because of the yellow card.
He's back up.
Don't worry. For me. At the pace Casemiro is going, they can switch easily in about 3 or 4 games. Casemiro already has 2 yellow cards, I guess, in the Premier League.
McTominay can play against Sheriff or something. I don't know. But Casemiro's like probably one of the first names on the team sheet for me.
Man, this is a tough one. I don't really know, I can't.
Oh, the one thing I will say is, even though I want Eric to start, I trust Eric Ten Hag to make the right decision because he's the guy. So if Fred starts, I'm fine with it. But I want Ericsson. But yeah,
you see, you're trusting.
Big up. I didn't read.
You guys question?
Go on.
Do you guys question Ten Hag's subs?
Yes.
because
Yes.
he either
At
makes
times
very
it's a
late
bit
No,
late.
subs.
because
No,
his
Or
subs
no
are the one that
subs.
won us the Everton game. His subs are the one that made an impact against Newcastle. His subs are the one that's always been giving us good positive impact on the game. So
I hear you, Faz,
no,
but
I
it's
just
at
think
times
his
it's a
subs are
bit
a bit
late.
late. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
what
bit
I'm
late. Yeah.
And he doesn't make enough subs. I think he should use his 5 subs. Like literally, the guy doesn't
Sure.
want to use his subs. I don't know
Even three. I
why
don't
he
think he's
doesn't.
using more
I
than
can
three.
give you an answer to that, Faz.
you have a small squad though.
I can give you an answer to that. The drop
Nah.
off in quality is massive.
Exactly.
Hmm.
If you take
True.
five subs, we
Some
haven't won one
True.
comfortable game where we could actually go ahead and make 5 subs. Even Omonia, we couldn't actually make 5 subs.
listen,
True.
for me, I'm like, make this up to waste time. Just do it.
True.
Just do it. Just
If
waste
we
time with it. I'll take it.
if we was able to kill games within like the first 45, 55 minutes a game, then the youth could then come on and make their impact. But at the moment, we're just not able to score. So yeah, I kind of understand that.
Hmm. Big up Mark Harris as well. Saw your message before. Member for 3 months says Ronaldo needs his nappy changing. Grow up or leave. Ooh, he's
Who?
calling Ronaldo a
Who?
baby.
That man down on the bench. I'm not talking about him. We want to talk
He's
about bench or
calling
starters.
Ronaldo. He's calling Ronaldo a baby straight up. He's not even holding
But
back.
that's old news now. Let's talk about
Yeah,
the game. We are more.
Let's move on.
That's old news now.
We're talking about starters and bench players.
Right. Okay. So the poll, right? The poll. Let's have a look at the poll. Overall, the
winning.
poll is saying Fred wins, man. Fred's won.
Of course
Fred's won.
Fred wins.
Ain't no way Fred is getting benched. So we gotta put the community said Fred, so we gotta put Fred in there.
So wait,
Gotta put
who's
Fred in there,
being
man.
benched? Who's being
Ericsson.
benched instead of
Ericsson and McTominay
Fred?
being benched.
Ericsson? Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
now
I
you
can't
say,
see
wow, it makes me
Ericsson
want to
being.
put Ericsson in there.
No, Faz, I can't see Ericsson being benched because Eric Ten Hag would love to see how Fred does for the first 60 and maybe then bring on Ericsson as a sub because he is also recovering and hasn't played a lot of minutes. So maybe the Sheriff game is where he would get a lot of fitness back in and then he moves ahead. But
Well, yeah,
I don't know what Eric Ten Hag thinks.
Ericsson has to play against Sheriff. I don't care what nobody's saying. He has to play against that team because they're gonna park the bus against us.
Ericsson has played a lot of minutes as well at the start of the season, and he's recovering from an illness as well. So
And Eric Ten Hag brings injured players back slowly. So I think you're right. I think Ericsson will be in for
but
in for
McTominay
sure.
ain't injured. So what about McTominay?
No, it'll be Fred. I think you're right.
Well, we there you go. There's the final lineup then, and then we'll see. We'll see what we get towards the end.
You see,
But
that Martinez Casemiro Varane is -1 goal that they would have scored. That's all I'm gonna say. If they were gonna score 2 goals, it would be 1 because of those 3.
Hamid says Fred plays well. Maybe we play all 4. I don't know how you're gonna fit in all 4 because that
Well,
means
Bruno on the wing.
you'll have to put Bruno on the wing and Sancho on the bench, which would be interesting to say the least. I have seen Bruno on the wing, but yeah,
Bruno's been on the right wing. He never played left. I've never seen him on the left. He's always on the right.
I know you hate it, Faz. I know you hate it. I would still love to see Sancho as a striker. Maybe one day for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but one day
maybe when
I
he
would
gets
love to
sold
see
back
it.
to Dortmund, maybe then.
Yeah.
Half of his
Maybe.
Dortmund assists were there because of Erling Haaland, and we all know it.
Yeah.
But we
Again,
might
this
see
proof-
Fred
this-
back. You never know. Oh, Muhammad, say good things. Don't say bad
Oh,
things.
Jesus Christ. I
Don't
want
say
that.
bad things,
I'm
please.
not
But,
ready for that.
yeah.
Actually, my
Nonetheless-
is better now because of Eric Ten Hag. I trust
Yeah.
Eric coaching.
Nonetheless, big up everyone for joining. Thank you very much. Preview done. Watch along tomorrow, so keep an eye for that. That'll be good. Kickoff is at 5 something, so yeah, watch along against the Chelsea game, and then straight after match reaction. But hopefully we can go and collect the 3 points. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Big up Ronald for joining. Big up Omo. Big up Ganso. Big up Liam for joining as well. Big up to all of you guys. I've been Faz. I'll bring you another stream tomorrow. Other than that, peace, love, and guidance. If you want to become a member, memberships are now open using the link in the bio. You can also become a member using the super chat section as well, where the super chat button is. Big up to all the members as well, sticking with the channel. The channel's only growing. We're nearly at 6K subscribers. I only hit 5K, I think. When did I hit 5K? I think I hit 5K like a week ago. And now we're nearly at 6K. So yeah, big up to everyone. But other than that, peace, love, and guidance. See you guys on the other side tomorrow. 3 points. Glory, glory, Man United. Ten Hag is cooking. And that's it. Peace.